What's going on, guys? Eugene here, and let's talk about Guardians of the Galaxy. I guess as everyone else, I was a bit skeptical of playing this game, especially due to Marvel's Avengers fiasco that we received a couple years ago. I was expecting yet again some weird mishmash combat where you have no idea what's happening, weird characters, a lot of glitches and bugs, and just a boring multiplayer that leads absolutely nowhere. Guardians of the Galaxy is actually a huge surprise. The story follows a titular team as they're trying to get out of debt and avoid many enemies that they made, while also making a new one. You don't play for every member of the Guardians of the Galaxy team. Instead, the whole gameplay is focused on one, and that's Peter Quill, the leader of the pack. As you progress through the story, you go into a couple of flashbacks revisiting Peter's past and, trying to find some of those emotional values, while in the present day you're trying to keep your team from falling apart, all from killing each other. Now, the game is packed with a lot of characters and locations from comic books or movies, and most importantly, same as with Marvel's Avengers, the characters are a combination of both. You have a little bit of vibe of Marvel Cinematic Universe as well as some comic books characters, and let me tell you, when I was playing the Avengers, I quite didn't like the characters itself, but for some reason Guardians of the Galaxy are different. In first 2 minutes you're a bit frustrated, since you expect Chris Pratt to appear as Star-Lord or Dave Bautista as a Drax, but since you don't see those familiar faces or voices, you're a bit sad about it and you quite don't like the characters, but after 13 minutes of play you actually get to love them and you realize this is just a different version, but they're still extremely cool and characters between each other work a lot, especially they talk a lot. During the combat, during the exploration, or just in cutscenes, there's a lot of talk that sometimes you just want to yell, "Shut up!" The gameplay is great. There is no multiplayer on the online feature present, which is super good, meaning that this is simply a main single player walkthrough game that you get to enjoy. There are different parts of gameplay. You get to fly a ship from time to time, mostly you walk around exploring, collecting resources for your upgrades, mostly you do the combat, and let me tell you, the combat here is extremely fun. First of all, you don't have a crazy mishmash that you suddenly have no idea what's happening. At the same time, you get a lot of waves of different enemies as well as mini bosses and huge bosses that you need a tactic to defeat. To help you with that, at your disposal you have your teammates that are like NPCs and you get to call them for their special attack. Each of them have 4 different attacks and they do several things to particular enemies that can help you to defeat them much faster. Your playable character Star-Lord also has 4 different abilities that you get to use, and combining them all together to defeat different waves of enemies is actually super fun and makes you think of what to use and how to combine them properly, making the combat very interesting. It's not extremely deep, but it's not simple as well. You can upgrade these abilities and especially you get to upgrade different perks for Star-Lord. Besides different upgrades and perks, you get to collect different items which can provide you for different skins for each character, or you can find collectibles that will prompt you into unique conversation with one of your teammates. Regarding the conversation, it's actually something unique, because your choices on what to answer or who to side with actually can prompt you to play the area a different way than the others. Like, if you make one choice, you can have a sneaky mission where you just have to quietly go through, or if you side with the other, you can actually have a mission where it's just non-stop shootout with many enemies and mini bosses. This time it shows you the developers focused on a single player game, making you the ultimate decision maker on who to side with, how to defeat different enemies, or how to approach any mission. The graphics and the design are of course amazing. Each character is designed very well, especially their skins, and during the combat when you have your guns blazing with lasers or you get your teammates to use their abilities, everything looks super cool. Especially the backgrounds of different ships that you explore, fortresses or planets, and sometimes I even had a vibe of Mass Effect, since at that game you're also exploring different planets and using your guns to defeat enemies, and when you walk around, let's say a stormy planet where there is like lightning hitting right in front of you, or meeting some very weird monsters that actually makes your skin crawl, it's super good. Another great feature of Guardians of the Galaxy that I wish could be incorporated into every game is the fact that you can turn on a streaming mode, meaning that you turn off the licensed music and you can easily enjoy the Guardians of the Galaxy while there are still some music always playing in the background, but it's the one that was developed by developers and they're not gonna set a copyright claim against you. For some people it might be whatever, but for me as a content creator and especially as a streamer, it is actually a very great feature that you realize could be easily done if only the developers think about it, and here they thought of it and I must give a praise for that. If you're not streaming and you're playing alone, you will enjoy the amazing soundtrack that brings back 80s music, like the Guardians of the Galaxy movie did, and it's super fun to fight against a monster while the oldie song is just playing in the background. So for me, an amazing game that if you were disappointed by Marvel's Avengers, the Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy will actually make it up for you, and you will really enjoy this game. This main story is about 18 hours long as I understand, but also as I believe the developers are gonna add some DLCs, additional bonuses and campaigns in the future. But if you were looking for some Space Odyssey game featuring like amazing characters, combat, just great graphics and story, and you love a superhero genre, you will not be disappointed. The game now costs around $80 to $90 depending on the country. You can of course wait a bit until the prices drop. Nonetheless, the game is really good. And that's it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you a bit of glimpse what this game is like and help your decision to either grab it or not. I will see you in the next one. Stay safe out there, and as always, keep on playing, my friends.